Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. All right, let me get all this stuff rolling. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late. I've spent the morning working on a a very quick merchandise link because I know a few people wanted to buy these mugs that we had, and I haven't put them on the site yet. And so, if you go to our website, you can now order one of these beautiful VWAP Fade mugs. I know a lot of people wanted them only if you're in the US. This is mine, so it's got coffee on it. But if you want a clean one of these beautiful VWAP Fade mugs, pretty cool, green inside. You want those? They're on the website. Yeah, still getting everything up. We'll look at some stocks in just a minute, guys. So give me a minute, and we'll get everything set up here. All right, guys. So what do we got today, huh? Let's see. We have, yeah, trade idea scanners were down for maintenance this morning, but they got them fixed pretty quick. CAPR, no volume on that one. NOK's gapping up Nokia, but it's a large float, tight range stock. So we'll see what happens with that one. LMAT looks all right. VEDL. Honestly, guys, it's a pretty slow morning from what I see. The morning's not looking that hot. I mean, we got some big float or some big cap stocks that are moving. We got Sprint. We have MU, AMD. OXY, GSK. Just a little dull morning though, guys. AMD, Let me know if you guys see anything else that is worthy today. I'm not seeing too much. Just a dull day really right now, guys. So like I said, let me know if you guys see anything else. And I'll be right back. I'm going to go make my coffee. So yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, GEMP, I forgot to mention that one. That one was kind of the main one today. Just to show you guys, GEMP looks okay. It's gapping up from 72 cents to 107. So it looks interesting. We'll watch that one. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go make some coffee. All right, I'm running a little bit late this morning. What's up, guys? All right. All right, guys. Kind of catching back up on the chat. Yeah, Mitch, if you can hear me, man, I can't, I don't think I can set up a screen and then I don't think, yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to be on the meeting if I set it up. I think we've tried to set it up before and for some reason, it only lets you set it up. It only lets the person setting it up share their screen. And so if you're on it, you're not going to be able to share your screen, man. I can try. I mean, I set one up, but I don't think you'll be able to share your screen on that one. And plus, I don't really know how to set the new one up. Here you go. I mean, there's my. I tried to set it up. I'll try to figure if it works or not. Just unsure what direction it will go today. So yeah, so let's get this rolling here. All right. All right, guys. So yeah. So the biggest movers of the morning right now. Let me fix this. Put this over a little bit here, so I can get a little bit closer to the mic. Is what I'm ultimately trying to do. Yeah. So I think the biggest movers of the morning were GEMP, right? GEMP. I mean, here's the thing. I think I'll go ahead and pull this GEMP chart up. I know somebody's saying they think it's gonna run. I know I'm biased in these situations, and yeah, it's had 1 million shares traded, which is actually extremely high volume in pre-market. So it could very easily push up, right? But a lot of the time these end up failing. And so a recent example of that would be CHMA. But let's see how much volume CHMA had in the beginning. And so it might spike up originally, but a lot of the time they're going to fail. Let's see. Yeah, same thing. CHMA had very similar volume. So listen, it could spike up. That's what I think it's ultimately going to do. I think it's probably going to spike up originally at the open. And then I think it's probably going to end up coming back down either today or tomorrow. I think that makes the most sense. I kind of like this one to spike a little bit more, mostly because it's actually above $1 and it's a little bit cheaper. Looking at the daily chart, we'll have to look up the news. Apparently I've traded GEMP a ton, and it must have had a split of some kind up to that point because look at this thing on the daily chart. It's just gross on the daily chart. But yeah, I mean, I think it may bounce originally at the open, but then I think it's going to come back down and fail like it always does. So we'll see though. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens. How's the sound here? I mean, like I said, I'm trying to get a little bit closer. I don't know if you guys can see that mic, but I I'm trying to get a little bit closer to it. All right. OBLN. Let me see OBLN as well. Second in command in Tesla quit. Profits projections were pushed to the next quarter. How's that? How's Tesla reacting because of that? It's not reacting good here. Damn. Look at this drop on Tesla, man. That's a solid drop. Down from 265s, 268s down to 230s. Man. Interesting. We'll see what happens with that one. Yeah, Capper was on the list, but I don't know how solid that one looks. We got Yeti. Activision, I think, is what I see here. Activision. So Activision, yeah, Activision and Blizzard is up. AMD is up. Actually, AMD's down 11 cents. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and look up that news on Tesla because that actually looks really interesting here for Tesla. Look at that drop. Apparently, the second in command quit for Tesla. And so the market is showing that for sure. So I'm seeing something that says, quote, while demand showed an impressive bounce back this quarter and the company is seeing strong order activity for the third quarter, we continue to believe that the reiteration of 360,000 to 400,000 unit guidance for full year 2019 was a head scratcher since the pure math and demand trajectory makes this an Everest-like uphill battle, end quote. We'll see what we have here. Let me see. So where do you see that the second in command quit? That's what I'm trying to find here about the second in command that quit. Where do you see that? Let me know if you have a news source for that. I'm not saying it's not true. I just say I want to read it. I believe you for sure. There was an out of control Tesla that recently, man. Puts on Tesla. We got Skype. Yo, what's up, man? Alright, hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, here, say something? Here, hold on. No, it's not working. Let me. There we go, that should work. Alright.
All right. Good morning, traders. How we doing? Good morning. Here at the Panera Bread.
Tesla getting hammered, bro.
Yeah, I see that.
All right,
Might
so
have to
yeah,
buy some long-term shares.
I mean, I don't. I think I think Tesla is kind of the future of the electronic car market. I really do. I think that it's the first one out the gate, and sometimes they're gonna hit some walls out of the gate. But I think that
I mean, they're
ultimately the technology is legitimate, and it's gonna end up compensating for any short term swings in the stocks.
exactly. They're too innovative for it to kind of die. I think it's just a matter of production. Right
Right.
now, they can't meet the demand with the production,
Right.
and if you don't have the supply, you have a high demand, then you
Right.
essentially are not meeting the needs, and that's what it's showing today.
Right.
Not meeting the needs that are out there, and so if they can't hit their numbers, their guidance, then they're going to be what's called a miss. And usually, when you miss, you get this effect.
Right. Yeah, I don't see any of the. I don't see that news story. So somebody in the chat was telling me my wife's over here slamming doors, man. I know. I'm just. I love you. I'm just joking with you. Don't kill me. You know. No, she's not mad. She's just. Our door is like a dungeon door. It has like. It really is a dungeon door. It has like axe marks in the front of it, and it's got a little. It's got a little. Wizard of Oz little peephole that you can open up and like look out and then close. It's cool, but so you have to slam it. Appreciate the sub. You shoot, I run gamers. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the sub. Too many other CEOs are working on electronic tech. I would only swing Tesla quick. Yeah, I mean, I think that Tesla is gonna run into some trouble because they're the only like Mitch said, they're the first ones out the gate doing it. And so yeah, there's other great technology in the sector. I think it's very dividing. I think some people like Elon Musk and like Tesla and want to believe in the long term value of Tesla. And then some people, for some reason, they just hate him and they just want to see him short. They don't believe in the stock. And we'll see who's right long term. I don't know which one of those I am. I don't, of course, I'm like, yeah, I think Tesla's going to succeed, but am I going to buy some options for it? No. Am I going to swing trade Tesla? No. It's too volatile for me. It's just too volatile. It's swinging left and right. Every day this thing's making massive moves. Like, even if you just look at the daily chart, this stock has gone from 180 or below 175 basically up to 264 in a month and a half. And then before that, it was up at 370s. Now, back down to 176, back up to 264. The swings in this stock are just crazy. And so I'm not trying to trade this thing, man. I'm not trying to trade it long term. I shorted it the other day with the VWAP fade. But yeah, I'm not trying to invest in this thing. As much as I believe in it, the stock's just too volatile for me. All right. What do I think about NIO? I think NIO is okay. I think that it looks like the stock's gotten hit. Yeah, stock's gotten hit since the last time I really paid attention to it. Down from 10 to 360s. So, I mean, I think the long-term chart of NIO looks worse than the long-term chart of Tesla. Now, with regard to the actual company, I know NIO is very innovative. NIO is a Chinese Tesla, correct? It's like a Chinese version of Tesla, right? I believe so. Oh yeah, guys. So this morning, another thing I was working on was I was working on our mugs. We got our mugs. If you want to buy one of these beautiful VWAP Fade mugs, go to our website. You can buy them. I'll post the link in a little bit. It's a very ugly landing page so far. Second guy quit a while ago, so old news. Great car, but the stock is too high. Yeah, for sure. I kind of, great car, very cool cars. I did think the stock was a little high, and I think Elon Musk doesn't really care that much about it. I think that I think if the stock starts getting hammered too much, he's just gonna go private. He's even threatened that before in like a joking way and gotten in trouble for threatening that. But
Uh,
So Master's telling us, so not necessarily leaving the company, but still stepping down from one of the most important positions in the company for reasons. Let's see if we can find this news, because I'm curious about it on Tesla. I'm just gonna type in Tesla step down.
Long-term flag on Etsy, ETSY.
Yeah, from that 73.35 down to 68.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I did find the news on Tesla. That says during Tesla's, and this is from Ian Gadget, and it says, quote, during Tesla's earning call today, the company announced that one of its longest tenured executives outside of CEO Elon Musk is leaving the company. It's J.B. Straubel, and he's credited with helping the company, helping the company's battery tech. He also worked on programs like the Supercharge Network and the Tesla energy business. He was in, over 10 years ago. He was seen talking about building a $20,000 to $30,000 electric car, and Tesla has come considerably closer to doing that because of him. He joins a long list of executives to leave Tesla in recent weeks, and months, and years. However, many weren't announced so publicly. So Drew Baglino, which is the former VP of technology, will take over his position. So yeah, that's the news for Tesla. And I mean, I'm assuming there's got to be some other type of news that's causing this drop for Tesla, right? Like, there's got to be. Is this earnings? Like, what's
It's guidance.
Okay.
That's all it is, guys. It's just guidance. It's about over the year not being able to meet production needs.
Right. Yeah,
That's all it is.
The market's showing it too. So yeah, so all right.
If you don't
Maybe keep
meet
an
the
eye on it.
needs, if you don't meet the needs, investors run away.
Yep. And I can see it for sure, you know.
Dish on the loss side. This one looks interesting. Look at Dish.
Somebody Master said correct. He just doesn't want to be responsible for tech mishaps anymore. For Dish,
Yep. I like that chart.
The long-term chart on the short side or long side? I'm guessing
Short
short
side.
side. Yeah, it's a little extended
Yep.
on the upside.
Yep. That is without a doubt.
All right, so my GameStop put's actually being okay here. I mean, it's down to 410. Yesterday it dropped as low as 398. I probably could have sold my put option. And here's the thing: I don't know whether to be super greedy because I paid $15 for this put option for GameStop. I paid $15 for a $4 put option, and we're at 413. So as it gets closer to 4, you know, I only deposited like $50 into Robinhood. But as it gets closer to 4, I don't know whether if it gets up to $30, you know, which is 100% gain relative to what I paid for the option, if I should just take that and say, yeah, I made 100% on this option, or if I should just try to get greedy and see if it's actually going to break down under 4. I know time decay plays a huge factor in that. So as it gets closer and closer, to the option actually expiring, the option is ultimately going to be worth less and less. And so with that, I do have to keep that into consideration. And yeah, I'm sure if it gets up to $30, $40 an option, I'm going to just sell it and bank that money. Also holding an LCI put option, which is, I think that one is up to, I think I'm in the profit with that one as well. Another one, I'm also holding a GameStop $2 put option for $3. But I have another 3.5 weeks, which is highly unlikely, but it's a $2 option. And so if it gets to $3.50, it's probably going to be worth at least $4 or $5. And so it's just a little fun trade for that one. But yeah, man, honestly, Mitch, the market's looking a little dull today, bro. You know, we got Tesla gapping down, and that's significant. But I mean, we got some penny stocks that kind of tried to move, but most of them are low volume. Like GEMP is probably the most solid volume stock. under $10, and even it, I mean, it looks okay, but like I said, I think the biggest thing to watch for GIMP is going to be $1. See if it holds support there. If it breaks under, maybe come down to the closing price, but what's Tesla price right now? Mitch mic is louder. Yeah, I mean, I think it is. Honestly, so here, wait, let me find this thing. Let's do a mic review real quick, guys. So I went to, I went to, I went to, I want to say it was like TJ Maxx. It was one of those discount stores that had like a bunch of, I don't know where it was, but as I was checking out, I saw this thing. I saw this thing as I was checking out. And I said, hey, that looks like Mitch's mic that he has. Let me try to use it. And this mic is like the worst mic I've ever seen in my life. You know, it's the worst mic I've ever seen in my life. It was $20, so I guess I shouldn't expect much from it. But I guess I'll use it for Xbox. But part of the issue is it has this annoying green glowing, like neon light. And nobody wants that, man, especially me. But throw that thing away, man. But yeah, waste of money, man. Worst mic I've ever had. Worst headset I've ever had. All right, guys, let's get this rolling here. It's almost trading time. Let's do it. All right, so for me, I'm going to be watching Tesla. I'm going to be watching MU. I'm going to be watching GEMP. Mostly because if GEMP gets too extended, I'll see if they have put options on it, but it's doubtful. I'm going to be watching AMD. I'll be watching SQ and Roku here. I haven't traded the cannabis stocks as much lately, guys. I just haven't. I don't know what it is, but they just haven't been as cool lately. I'll watch CGC, I guess, but yeah, it's not moving like we want it to. See Cron. I know ACB faded yesterday. APHA. I gotta watch AMRN. I've been trading that one a solid amount.
All right. Something that I'll be watching is Dish, Kara. Those are getting hit on the downside. We'll be watching those two. See what else we got.
All right, so yeah, I saw Kara this morning. Let me take another look at it. I think the only thing I didn't like about Kara was the volume. Let me see. Oh, Kara's gapping down. Okay, yeah, that one looks okay. Spy. All right, guys. So yeah, we got 15 seconds, guys. So good luck. Good luck. Let's do this. John, when you look away, we can barely hear you. My bad, man. That's why I've been trying to move closer to this mic so you guys can hear me better. It should be a little bit better now. There we go. There's the bell. All right. Tesla drop, breaking lows right at the open here. Tesla down to 232. AMD spiking up. MU dropping a little bit. SQ dropping a little bit. Overall market is down today. Here's the thing. I think the market will probably spike up here because it's so close to the whole dollar. I think it's going to hold over that 300 level, but who knows? We'll see what GEMP does here. See if I was right about that one too. Like I said, I think it's going to spike up originally at the open and then end up coming back down either today or tomorrow. Watch me just be super wrong, though, and that thing just skyrocket up. AMD dropping. Big drop in AMD really here. Tesla, see if it's going to try to rebound here. SQ dropping.
Short immediately here at MU. Risk off of 48, 45s. Actually, it's 50.
You recording it?
Uh, nah, I'll get it on right now. Let this candle close.
Oh, I actually bought myself a candle, man. I might
Oh, I'm
actually
out
here. Oh,
real quick.
here. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. I'm lighting my candle, man, because it'll smell good. Every time I try to buy a candle, my wife's like, no. And so I'm lighting myself a candle here. In trading, you got to do whatever it is to relax yourself, man. So I'm going to light some candles. There we go. Let me not catch myself on fire as well, though. All right.
Yeah, that might be good.
Yeah, gotta avoid that as best as I can, All right, SPY's tanking here. SPY dropping, AMRN dropping, Tesla dropping, AMD dropping. If AMD pulls back to 34, I might consider it with the risk of 05 or so. So like a really tight risk. Let me get that ready just in case I do want that. Since my risk is so small, I'm gonna buy 300 shares of that one if it does pull back. So Kara bouncing, Roku trying here. MU looking weak.
It just completely faked me out.
Yeah, man. Honestly, that's why those first few minutes are just tough to trade because like you're just getting wicked out left and right. That's the same thing that happened to me the other day. I got in for a washout long. Same exact thing. I think that happened to you. I got in for a washout long. As soon as it broke that high, it faked me out, reversed right back down. And so I think the best washout longs are actually the ones where it takes a few candles of downward moves and then kind of rebounds back because it kind of puts in that solid, that look that people kind of get into whenever it fully breaks down first and then quickly reverses. Because those first few candles are just super random, I think. All right, Tesla dropping, MU dropping, everything's dropping, really. The SPY dropped, but the SPY might bounce back here. I was looking at AMD too. I just don't know if we're going to get that CGC. Man, I'm kind of sad, though, man. It's kind of like CGC was my baby, and now it's just, nobody loves it anymore. Netflix is kind of setting up for a fade. I got a Netflix 89 risk. So it'd be less than $1. I was just about to jump in. I still might consider Netflix up here at like 80s or so if the bid can get a little bit higher. Take it with 20 shares or so. Maybe risk off of that $50 right there. Pretty solid risk reward, I think. Just depends on if the market rebounds here. If Netflix comes back down to 31.70, I'll consider it. It's just gotta make that move. Yeah, GEMP is GEMP is testing that whole dollar of one. Oh, AMD was up there. I missed it. Man, happened quick too. That was it too. MU, I wouldn't hate if it pulled back to the VWAP there. I think it also depends on what the SPY does. So like I said, if I was to jump in Netflix, my risk would have been 318.50. And look at where it goes. It goes right up to 318.48. So that's why it's my risk. That's why it would have been my risk. AMD, my risk would be about 6 cents. So I don't hate it coming back down to the bottom of this range. If I can get a better fill, I might take it. I just don't want to get caught in a red to green move either, though. Yeah. Looks too much like a red to green. See, I'm telling you, that $50 on Netflix would have been a solid risk level. It went right up to 48, confirmed it. Hey, my Rin faded some too. A few times. Yeah, look at that. We get a drop down to like here. I might jump in Netflix short. Risking off of that 50 level that it confirmed a few times. It's got to get down to there actually. All right, so I got in Netflix with just 20 shares here, and I'm just gonna risk off of that 318.50 level. I think I'm risking like 20 bucks in this trade, which is small. We'll see what happens. Really, I think I'm risking 15 bucks actually, but a little bit less than that. Look at AMD completely reversed there too. It's kind of what the market's doing here though. The market is sideways. Maybe SQ too.
Yeah, looking at SQ right now.
Hold on. All right, so Netflix confirmed that level again, man. It keeps confirming that 318.50 level. And at this point, it's a solid risk, but is it going to break? It keeps confirming really both sides, so it's just whether it actually holds or breaks underneath it now. Hey, Kiro. All right, so we're going to see if Netflix can actually break under this for a second. I mean, I'm letting it work here. It's just a very small trade. I'm also looking at AMD if it can get back up to 97 or so. Netflix is just kind of staying rangy. It just depends on what the overall market does here, I think. I think that's key here, too, for Netflix. Hopefully it can put a lower low here and then get flushed back down. But the whole dollar of 318 is going to come into play here, too. So, and super close to getting stopped out again. I just got to be careful because when it pops over this, it's going to pop up big. Here, baby, I'm trading. I need you to give me this right now. Thank you. Oh, you lost it? Here, sorry.
That's what I keep telling you. Where's
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm like right on the cover button, so it's like really close.
where's the other one?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm like right on the cover button, so I can't really like look away because if it's hard to explain, but if it goes against me, it'll go quick, and so yeah. Thank you. All right, so we tested the that 50 level, that $half level again. There's the break. See, I knew it would go quick. So yeah, $20 loss. It is what it is. Very small loss. I gave it my shot. I've been trying to trade these higher cap stocks a little bit more, but less than $20, so acceptable for sure. But yeah, look at that, up to 90 already. So this is what I was worried about. That's kind of why I was. Sorry, my wife's trying to quit nicotine with CBD instead, and so I bought a CBD vape to help her with it. Cause honestly, I smoked cigarettes and tobacco for like 15 years, and then I finally quit. And the way I was able to quit was CBD. CBD actually helped me quit. Here, I need that. Yeah, thank you. This is a dope little vape too. Like, look at that. I got these. Look at that fade on SQ, man. And look at AMRN. Honestly, AMRN's looking more and more solid as time goes on. Yeah, there's the Netflix squeeze. Didn't AMRN fade yesterday? Yeah, it did. Okay, so AMRN is another one I'm looking at. It's my risk. My risk would be 48. So at this point, my risk would be like 3 cents, but I think it's probably going to break here. I could also do $50 right there, which would probably be a little bit better. Maybe 52. The risk reward's solid regardless, though. It's 45, 46.
All right, got in this one real quickly. SGMO 1177 entry. Just got it right now. It's only 500 shares. Small entry. Saw that rejection off 82. Risking off 83 right here.
Yeah, I'll throw that chart up. You got it in 82, you said?
77s.
Okay, that's still not bad. You know, it's a pretty good entry, I think, for that one at least. Look at SQ Tank.
Trying to see if I get this cracked down below 70s.
All right, I'm in AMRN with 200 shares. I'm only risking 48 here, so very tight risk. We'll see what happens. See, I forgot to record, man. I'm like, hey, Mitch, you recording? I didn't even remember to record. All right. Getting a squeeze up. There's 48s.
Big orders going through there, 7,500 shares.
I got out of mine. Just squeezed out. It broke this level here. And it might get rejected, but gonna move on. Maybe look at SQ and AMD is what I've been kind of watching. I really like AMD here because the risk is pretty tight and obvious. Maybe I got faked out here too. And I mean, if AMRN can come back down, let's see how much. Yeah, see. If AMRN can come back down to 40, I can still risk off of that level. It's the same thing I talked about where if it puts in an obvious high and then gets rejected, it looks super weak. Alright, for AMD, I'm watching it. If it can get up to 90, 93, I'll take it with the risk of 0.2. Alright, I'm going to start scaling into AMD here. 100 shares so far. I'll look to add a little bit more. Alright, I got up to 93, so I added another 100. It's up to 94. Like I said, I'm risking 0.2 or so. And the goal is to get a flush right here. You run a CBD marketplace? That's cool. Nice work, guys. Looks like everybody's doing pretty well. Nice work, Ebro. Nice job, man. Alright, so we're down to 88s now, which is great. 87s. I'm going to let it work a little bit, though. Try to get it down to, like, 84s, I guess. Still watching AMR Red as well here. I want to see it... if AMR Red comes down to 840 and then bounces back, like, I'll really consider it. And the same thing with AMD here, really. I don't mind adding a little bit more if it gets up to those levels that I was trading off of before. Lost 50 bucks on GEMP. Hit my loss. What did GEMP end up doing here? I forgot about that one. Oh yeah, it dropped. And this is what happens most of the time with penny stocks. I think, and this is the best advice I can give to new penny stock traders, is that, you know, you're going to watch gurus and they're going to be promoting going long in penny stocks on day one. And I get it. But I think if you look at the patterns of most penny stocks, a large majority of them are going to come right back down right after the gap up. And so I think and I'm biased obviously, but I think the smarter way to attack them is to go short, is to short them. Because most of the time they fail and they're terrible companies. And so, like, yeah, they may get pumped up on hype, but most of the time within a few days or weeks, they're going to come right back down to where they were. And you can look at the charts to confirm that. You know, look at the penny stocks that gapped up last week. Most of them are down this week from where they were. So it is what it is.
Oof, missed a nice fade on save. Spirit Airlines.
There's 90. $87s for AMD. 86. 85s. Let's see. 84s. Take a little bit off there. Beautiful fade though on AMD. This is why I love AMD, is because it's super reliable with fades a lot of the time. There's 82s. I'll add my sizing, and this is what I talked about in yesterday's video, where I just scaled in and out of the trades. Like, if it bounces back to 93, I can just add back to that all day. If it breaks my risk, oh well. It's not going to be a losing trade. It's not going to be a big losing trade at this point because I've already scaled out of it, and then I can just kind of rinse and repeat. Now, if the market starts to kind of go crazy, you know, I'm not gonna keep adding to it. But as long as the market is relatively stable, and if it bounces back to the VWAP, I'll just add my sizing back there. And yeah, no worries, Matthew forgot. Yeah, man, I mean, it's just something, like I said, I'm biased in that way. But I think if you look at the charts, you're going to realize that most of the time these things come back down, you know. And it's probably a better, if you're playing the odds and the probabilities, you know, look at the stocks. Same thing, you know, like I know I talked about how great my call out was the other day on the stock Netron called out, but the reason I was able to know that is because most of the time they fail. And so a lot of times you'll get a little bounce at the open from hype, and then they'll come right back down and break lows, look weak. Everybody's going to jump in short or cover their positions, and then it's just going to squeeze the stock lower and lower and lower, unfortunately, for that company. It is what it is. Sometimes, you'll get parabolic moves, but most of the time that just has to do with the company hyping that or pumping that stock up. Most of the time the company's involved in that pump, and so you got to just understand it. '83s. Let's see if we get the low of the day break in AMD. AMRN getting flushed back down there too. Looks solid. '80s. Let's get this move under the lows here for AMD. There we go. I'm going to actually cover the rest here. I'm not going to take another partial. I think that's just wasting commissions. But I'm going to add back to it if it bounces back to like 90. Even if it gets back up to 87 or 90, I might add my sizing right back. And so a quick little $20 trade on that one. Let's see what else we can find today. Still pretty early. Only 22 minutes into the open, so. Where is risk at SGMO? Can you go short on small cash account? Most of the time you're going to need a margin account for that, Jerome. So yeah, so that's, like I say, I know I push TradeNet, but one of the reasons I think they're actually kind of a solid, one of the reasons I think they make sense for new traders is because you can actually short stocks. You can short anything that's tradable on there, and that includes IPOs, that includes, Tesla and all these different stocks. And so I think that's pretty unheard of in the trading world. And so the fact that like the intro package is like $400 and you can short anything that's tradable, you get $700 in max losses and you get a decent platform to do it on. I think it just makes sense. There's also no PDT rule. And so comes with a trading course, demo account, access to their chat room. And so that bundle just makes sense. You know what I mean? And some people are always going to hate because they lose their accounts, but I think it makes sense. I'll post the link. Great way to help support the channel as well. We do get a commission from it, so if you want to help support the channel, I'll post that link. And yeah, maybe I'm biased. Go look up some reviews on them. But I think if you take everything into consideration and you don't have unrealistic expectations with the account, then I think it makes sense.
So I was just looking over there.
I'm waiting for AMD to bounce back. Yeah, I'm waiting for AMD to bounce back. Maybe AMRN too. It just depends on what that one does.
All right, let me catch up with the chat here. If Save got back up, VWAP, would you short? Yeah, Save looked good. That was a good VWAP fade there. While we get a chance here, if you guys want to go ahead and trade with the broker that John and I trade every single day, definitely check out TradeNet. Not just for the broker itself, but you can check out just the trading competition. This is an absolutely a trading challenge. It's an absolutely free challenge. It gives you a chance to win an intro account with TradeNet. All you got to do is win $500 in net profit. They give you $10,000 in buying power in this demo. I definitely gave it a shot when I first started. I was really close to it. I got within $400. I only needed $100 more, and then of course I took a big shot and it didn't pay out. But at the end of the day, it was free. It was
Right.
fun, definitely, just to challenge myself and test my new skills. So if you definitely want to give that a shot, go ahead. We'll put up the link here. Definitely check that out so you can take a look at that great kind of demo challenge for you to
Right.
get yourself an intro account.
Yeah, there's the link. I just posted it. But yeah, I mean, you really got to think about it. Like, there's nothing to lose from it. Like, it's completely free. And at the very least, you're going to get a demo account for a few days. So it's like, if you want to try the platform out without actually paying for it, check out the link. It's completely free. No, we don't get paid. If you win the challenge, we don't get paid. But that's okay. You know, it's not.
Yeah, I've said I wish,
Right.
but
Yeah, I
it's all
wish
you,
we did.
brother.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like we're not just out to make money from it. Like, if we were, you know, we would only promote, you know, the stuff that made us money. And it's all about. So look, I added back to AMD here actually. I added back on that bounce just like my plan was, and it's dropped down solid for my little 100 shares. We're gonna see if we get a lower the day break now, but this is the range that I've been attacking over and over again. I'm also really looking at AMRN here. AMRN looks solid. This is the same move I talked about. I did post it, Jerome. It's right above us, brother. It's right above, so it's the tradenet.com link. Also, kind of looking at AMD here on adding a little bit more in AMRN
Right,
as well.
got it. Have
Now,
a started there. Started there, and KBTI at 65s. Only have $25 there. Trading 2 trades on one laptop is not the easiest.
Yeah, so GEMP does not look like a VWAP fade to me. It's just the VWAP on my chart is at 110, and you know a VWAP fade typically has to pull back. Like this is a VWAP fade on AMD right here. Like this first move that I attacked right here was a VWAP fade. You know, I entered it right here. I tried to scale into it really right around there, covered right around the bottom, and so that's a fade. GEMP is just a washed out stock, just a downtrending stock right now. Alright, so AMD bouncing back here. We'll see if we can add a little bit more to it, if it gives me that chance. Fake out on AMRN, man. A bunch of stops, I bet, just got hit on AMRN. I bet you they're angry over there, man, with AMRN.
Hey, it happens.
So, yeah, man. So I'm gonna wait to add here with AMD. SQ is fading. SQ looks like a VWAP fade here. Honestly, a really solid VWAP fade too is what it looks like. I could risk off of 80.02. My risk is like 27 cents or so. But at this point, really what I'm trying to focus on is AMD, whether I should add to it or just kind of...
Might get stopped out here in SGMO.
Hey, do you have access to their 80K challenge? What do you mean? You mean the TradeNet challenge? That's what we posted. Yeah, there's the link above if you want to check it out. Yeah, it's completely free. I mean, that's the, you know, that's the thing is it's completely free to try, you know, and enter. And so you got really nothing to lose. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add these 100 shares back now that AMD is right up to the VWAP. And with 200 shares now. Nice little drop here. SQ, man, this is the one I'm kind of looking at. Good risk reward at least, but AMD is squeezing up, so I gotta be weary of this one to a certain extent.
Yeah, no worry about it, Steve. SGMO definitely a lower volume stock. The only thing that's helping it is a daily chart that shows significant down moves.
Yeah, and with AMD, what I'm essentially using here as my risk is this level right here. And I think this level makes tons of sense right here at 94. Because if it breaks that level, it's putting in a higher high as opposed to this one right here. And it's got a lot of resistance right around where it's at now. So that's the level I'm looking to really attack there. What's up, Ben? What's up, man? Having trouble pinning down the VWAP fade and the VWAP rejection thingy. Yeah, man. I mean,
Stop that.
have you watched our class on it, Netron? We got a full class on it, man. So we got a full class on it. Mitch is the one that hosted that class. It's about an hour and a half long. So it's actually our largest class that we have. And so if you want to check that out, let me know.
Yeah, definitely, guys. One of the really cool things that we did with the YouTube is we separated the playlists when you go to our homepage. Definitely check out our homepage now. It's a lot more organized, gives you a chance to get into the lessons and kind of the learning material a lot faster. You can go ahead and just go right through the playlist, watch all the videos. They're relatively short. They're usually about 30 to 20 minutes long. And these are classes that we condense from an hour so that you get the best material.
Right. Super easy to access as well, so you can kind of break it down. I think that's what we needed, is to get a little bit more organized with the channel. And so, all right, James, have a good day, brother. Hey, man, have fun, brother. Oh yeah, so actually here, guys, so Ben, I have some connections with TradeNet. So he's telling me right now that for the time being, if they have a special going on with their challenge right now, he said that you can apply for a limited time for the Challenge Plus, which is where you can win the student at 80,000 if you make $1,000 on the challenge. And so basically, so instead of the challenges, you could still win an intro with 500, but if you make 1,000 with the challenge, you win the student now as well. And so I think that's a pretty good deal. You'll have to apply for it. He sent me the link. Let me post that link here. So yeah, you got to apply for it through one of their connects on Facebook for that specifically. But I mean, I think it's completely free, guys, and the fact that you have the chance to win the 80K funded challenge is huge.
No, definitely. I think it's a great way, especially if you're thinking of going live, to test yourself to see, could you make $500 in profit? Are you ready for that kind of trading?
Right. Here, let me get this link up.
All right, looking at KPTI here.
Yeah, and it's only through me and a handful of other ones. So let me get this link. I got you guys. Oh, okay. So you can actually apply through Allison on Discord, which is actually much easier. And so if you go to our Discord and you look at the TradeNet mods, you can look at Allison, and you can send her a message and say you want to apply. And so I'll post this Discord link so you can kind of check that out. I think that's going to be an easier way for you to do it. And so yeah, if you want to check that out and apply for that, like I said, it just makes sense. No, so you can't cash out the 80K. So you only split profits over the original amount. So like if you win the student account, any amount over 80K is what you make, is like your profit. You know what I mean? All right, so yeah, join our Discord, and then if you look on the right side and see Allison TradeNet as a mod, just message her and you can apply for that as well. But yeah, there's the Discord if you want to be a part of that. So yeah, so I'm sitting here with AMD. I'm sitting here with AMD. Like I said, I scaled into this one. I only have 200 shares. I've already made some money on it, so it's all kind of money in the bank. And And I'm just looking for it to fade back down to this 80 level. I'll take some more profits, add back if it continues to work in my favor, and so forth and so on. And so we'll see what happens. Gonna give it some time here. Still very early on the day. So goal is down here at 78 is what we're really shooting for. But again, I mean, I'm already in the profit with this trade. I've already taken enough off of it to be safe. But yeah, the basic way TradeNet works is that, so Austin said, could you win the challenge, then just cash out? So the basic way that it works is that you pay for a package. It's not a deposit. You're actually paying for the package. And these are the same packages that you win if you win the challenge. But it's not a deposit. You're paying for that package, and then if you're approved for the funded account and you make profit on the funded account, there's typically a profit split depending on the package. I know for the base package, it's 70-30. So like if I get the $14,000 funded account with the intro package, which is $400 typically, around $400, and I bring that account up from $14,000 to $15,000, essentially making $1,000 in net profit, then I get to keep 700 of that per the profit split, and they keep 300. But again, you know, you're paying $399 for that package, and the max loss is 700. And so the risk reward is solid, and it also comes with a trading course, access to the trading chat room, a demo account for a few weeks. And if you really think about it, you know, some demo accounts, 2 months of a demo account is going to cost you roughly the same as an intro package with a lot of different, you know, paper trading platforms. 2 months.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 2 months of a chat room is going to cost basically roughly the same as the intro package on TradeNet. And so the fact that you could potentially make money on TradeNet and you get a demo account and you get a trading course, it just makes lots of sense risk reward wise. It's also one of the ways you can short without necessarily risking anything with that, or without risking what you would with a conventional broker. And so I think it makes sense. I'll post the link again. Great way to help support our channel. There's the link if you want to check that out. Like I said, great way to help support the channel. But yeah, if you don't want to pay for a package, check out the trading challenge as well. Completely free to enter, and so you really have nothing to lose with that as well. All right, so we'll see what we get with AMD. It's down to 89s. It's kind of consolidating in this narrow range here. I'm just going to let it work. Very small day overall for me. I still got to scale up a little bit more, but small day.
Yep.
How do taxes work? Same as on a normal broker? You would have to reach out to them and ask them. Yeah, and on the student account, the profit split is 75-25, so you get a little bit better split on the student account as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like a prop firm, you guys. Is what it does is it gives you the ability to go ahead and trade live, work on your emotions, work on your skills until you become a pro. I mean, if you start making lots of money with TradeNet, eventually you can cash out and look to go to different brokers if that's what suits you best. But definitely, I think it's a great starting place for new beginning traders to go ahead and learn both sides, long and short. You know, gives you the ability to short IPOs, brand new IPOs, gives you an ability to short pretty much any stock that you see tradable. You're going to go ahead and be able to short.
Right.
Not any other broker is going to be able to do that because, of course, they're using CFDs. And what is this going to give you an ability to do? Is it going to give you an ability to go ahead and test your skills to see if you can go ahead and get to that next level in your trading.
Right. All right, so I'm getting pretty close to getting stopped out here. My risk in this last little bit is 94,
Yeah,
but
me
I'm still
too.
keeping it. I'm still keeping it roughly break even because I had about $20 on this stock already in profits, and so we'll see what happens. I'm still pretty small overall for the day. Not even down $30 yet, and it's still a little early, so I still got time. Just gonna let this one see if it can work. See if we get a rejection here is the ideal situation, and then a flush back down to the low of that range. So we did get a confirmation move here. It went right up to our risk level and then came right back down. You can see that wick. We just don't want to see a flush right back up there because that's what happens a lot is that you'll see it get pushed right back up to that risk level. And so we just want to see it hold now. below it. It did put in a higher low here, so we do have to take that into consideration right here. And that's the next thing that we really want to break to look more like a downward intraday trend is this 85 level. You could also look at CARA is actually in a pretty... So I actually really like the move now for AMD. Again, it has to break 85. But if you look at CARA here, it's in actually a really tight consolidation. And so once it breaks this range, CARA may get interesting here. Look at this. Once it breaks this range here from like 70 over this top, maybe it looks a little bit better. So we'll see what happens with CARA here as well. Maybe that might be a little bit better. See how close it can start to get. So yeah, so just waiting on AMD. It's a very tight range so far. Looking at the SPY as well in the overall market. The SPY is at the VWAP, so we would love to see a fade on the SPY. I'm sure that would be more helpful for this strategy.
All right, guys, before I go, definitely keep working on your strategies, guys. If you haven't checked out our strategies, our VWAP fade, our VWAP bounce, our top 2 strategies, definitely go ahead and check out the videos. I did a great live trading example of them yesterday where you can see a VWAP fade and you can see a VWAP bounce. This is exactly what we want to be able to do, is be able to replicate long and short and be able to create a system that's going to go ahead and support this. Always, guys, check out the website that has all our videos and different strategies, and you can keep learning and building with us. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you
Thanks,
guys
bro.
take care and
Later,
have a
brother.
good rest of the stream. Take care.
Later, man. All right. All right, so we did get the move that I was looking for with AMD. It did drop some. So yeah, now we're just looking for it to continue flushing back down to the low of the range at around 78. I'll take that 100 off, and then I'll just rinse and repeat until that stops working. And so as long as it maintains in this range, that's essentially what I'm looking for here. It's just this range-bound move. I don't see anyone else talking about Sprint. Yes, Sprint is just too small of a range, too big of a float for me. It's at the VWAP, but it's above it now, and I'm not saying it's not going to work. It's just not really my style, you know. Again, big float, small range. Got to take larger sizing to get solid gains with it, and so just not my style, unfortunately. I'm not saying you can't trade it profitably. It's just not me, you know. Break-even day basically so far for me. This is really what I was looking for though with AMD here. And like you can see I'm just trading it very small at this point. As it moves back here, I really don't mind adding some more to this one. So I'm going to add another 100 here, right at around 87. Because it bounced back really quickly, and look at that drop. That's what I was looking for. So we're going to look for it to come right back down to the bottom of the range. And again, I mean, either way, I built up enough profit to not be super concerned with this one. If it stops me out, I might be down 30 bucks on the day, which is fine. You know, very small trades right now, and with 300 shares, so that's the drop I was looking for. I actually called it on the move, which I'm happy about. So yeah. Ideally, we want to see it hold this 85, 86 level and then come back down to the bottom here at 78s or so. But if it doesn't, you know, we'll be okay either way. Here's 84s. Let's look at 150 now. 83s. 82s. All right, so I took half off there. Barely missed the bottom there, so it bounced back a little bit, so... Not what I wanted with it, but I'm still holding 150 right now. There's 81s. I just missed that bottom when I took profits. It's okay, though. I mean, I'm going to let it test. We'll see what happens here. All right, 82s. And again, I mean, if it bounces back, I'll add my sizing right back. I'm just attacking that range. $81s. And you can see the risk reward I'm taking in these trades, and that's kind of what, you know, we preach about. You can see my losses are very small, and my win is almost twice as big as my losses. So, all right, so here's the bottom of the range test. We want to see it break down to 78s. You know, preferably we'd like to see a low of the day break, but that's not actually what we're shooting for. We just want to see a bottom of the range test down to 78 or so. Down here, you can see this is the range we're attacking, here and here. And so we just want another move back down there, and we can take another little bit off. All right, we're at 84. We'll see if we get rejected here now. 85s. I don't mind adding that 150 back here. Wait till it gets up to 86. All right, I'm going to add that 150 back. Now I'm in with 300 now. And I'm trading on profits I've already made with this trade, so we'll see. Big move up. I just got to bail out of it. Let's see what the SPY does here. That one's interesting too. But yeah, we're getting a big rebound here on AMD. It's right back at the VWAP. We'll see if it gets flushed down, but this move looks a lot stronger than the previous moves. Still keeping it under $30 in the day. And I could have taken profits there, but I need a little bit larger win regardless. Big thing is that you guys could understand the range bound moves that I'm attacking here. And I'm just attacking this range. And it works. Let me see what my average is. My average is 86. Probably keep it break even on the rest. I just think it keeps testing that top and bottom, so I'll let it break the top before I jump out, but so to get the student tier on which one, Master? Are you trying to buy the student package, or are you trying to sign up for the student challenge, like the one that allows you to go for the student package or the student account if you win? If you're trying to try the challenge and win the student package, just go to our Discord and message Allison from TradeNet. Look on the right side. There's a Discord member from TradeNet. Her name's Allison, so just contact her. Later, Wheel. Have a good day, bro. $94s. All right, so now it's getting pretty close here, and if it breaks, it's going to be super strong, I think, and so hands over the cover button. 93s. See if we get a move back down to the bottom of the range. If we do get a move, like, I really don't mind adding to it, so if it comes back down to, say, like 87s, I really don't mind adding to it. And if it confirms this level again, just like it did at the bottom of this range, that's even better for us. So, but at the same time, I mean, I got to be strict with it. It's not going to, either way, it's not going to kill me either way with this account, so. All right, flush back down to 92s, 90s. All right, we'll see what happens. Gotta let it work. Back up to the top of the range. All right, so there's actually the range break on CARA that I was talking about earlier. It actually just broke under that low of the range. The biggest issue here with AMD is these wicks that it's been putting in every time it gets to the bottom of this range here at 89. And so that's the level we want to see break and hold, because you can see these long wicks down here, which ultimately means buying pressure when the down wick is that big. But yeah, look at this break on CARA. Broke that range that I mentioned earlier down at 2370. Here we go. We got to get to see it down to 85 or so. Sprint, honestly, after it put in that failed high, I like Sprint more and more as it goes on. So Sprint's not looking that bad here. What's my average for this trade now? It's 86. Okay, not terrible. But yeah, Sprint's looking better as it moves on. There's 88s. The issue with my average is that it's just so close to 85 where it had a ton of support there. I mean, I've taken so much profit in this trade that it doesn't matter, but we want to see this move back down to the bottom of the range now. All right, so I'm considering adding a little bit more to AMD here. When the bid was at 88 or 87, I would have added to it. But now that the bid's only at 85, it's actually going to be a worse average, and so I'm just going to wait for that one. And again, I mean, if it gets up there, I'll add some, as long as I can maintain a better average. But if I can't get a better average, there's no point in adding to it. Even if I want a larger gain. There's 85s. It's just very rangy today, which is kind of my bread and butter for it, but there's 84s. '81s. Get better. Am I being greedy for not taking profits off here? If we get down to 81, I'll take some more. I just feel like we're going to get a bounce. Maybe I'll add on a bounce. Yeah, there's the bounce. As long as it can stay under 85, I mean, I don't hate it. You know? Honestly, guys, I don't really trade Sprint that often, but I do kind of like it here because I can risk off of this level all day at 68. It's confirmed it. And so I know I said I don't trade Sprint, but I'm starting to get interested in it. If I can get a better entry. Maybe it's going to drop too early, unfortunately. Look at the SPY fade. Hey, appreciate the sub. Praveen and Chetra, appreciate the sub. Welcome, guys. Appreciate it. See, look, I called it out on Sprint. I mean, I think it's going to get weak here, but maybe it's too late. I just hope AMD drops before the SPY starts to rebound, which very obviously could happen. So the SPY is washing out. The SPY actually looks like a fade, but I hope AMD drops down to the low of the range before the SPY possibly bounces back. Because I just don't want to get caught in a bounce back. I'm going to add a little bit here. Try to get a better average if we can get up to 85 again. If not, I'll just hold on to these 300 shares. All right, bounce back in Cron. Like I said, at this point, it's like, do I want to add back to it? Maybe I should have taken some off and then added back. It got close to the bottom of the range. But let's see what the SPY is doing. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I said. Look at the SPY. See, I trade fade so much in range-bound moves that I understand them now. What did I say? I said I don't want to see the SPY bounce back. I want to see AMD drop before the SPY starts to rebound. And then look, SPY rebounds, AMD rebounds. Unfortunate, but it is what it is, and it gives me a little confidence that I know what I'm doing. But yeah, at this point, I could add back to AMD, but it's getting so close to the highs. I should have taken profits down at those bottoms, but it's a process. We'll see if it puts it a high or low here for the SPY. Yeah, SPY quick rebound here. Unfortunate. SPY starts to break these highs. I gotta just be careful. Maybe I'm gonna be crazy and short Sprint as well. That'll be fun, right? Take a little baby trade in Sprint, 100 shares. Maybe add some more, but I'm only risking off of 69, so my risk is 5 cents. I can get another 100 in there. Maybe add some more to it as time goes on. Wait, didn't I just add to Sprint? Okay, yeah. I don't know why it didn't show up on there. Wait a minute, this is SQ. I didn't want SQ, I wanted Sprint. Oh no. Wait. I'm so confused right now, guys. Sprint Corporation. Okay. SQ Square. Not holding any. Okay, good. Huh, man. I was about to panic. Alright, gotta look for this rejection off of Sprint here. I kind of want to add a little bit more to it, but I'll wait. Roku is at the VWAP 2 here. Let's see. So Sprint, I might add. Why does it say SQ, man? I want Sprint. Sprint, I'm going to short a little bit more. 300. Since it has such a small range, I think I'm okay with that one. AMD squeezing up. Roku looks solid here too. Look at Netflix take off. Testing the top of the range for AMD. Got to be very careful here. It is the 4th time it's tested this range. The 4th time. Up. So I'm trying to be patient with it, but man, these are the range bound plays I really like with them, but I got to be strict with this last little bit. All right, I got out at 96. Oh no, I tried to. I got out at 97. Oh well, it just broke the range. It was time to get out of that one, I think. I kept it roughly break even. I only lost $8 on that trade, so pretty solid trade, really. Way to mitigate risk to a certain extent. Why doesn't it show me Sprint here? There we go. All right, and so yeah, so no worries. Still pretty small on the day. Still holding Sprint here, and ideally I want to see Sprint drop down to like 56. That's kind of why I scaled into it more. I'm also looking at Roku for a potential fade here. Now that I'm out of AMD. With Roku, it's just about where to set my risk, and so I could use 25, and my risk would be about 45 cents. SQ kind of doing a similar thing there, but SQ is just super choppy. And I think what we're getting here is the SPY. But for Sprint, I like my entry, and I got some room here, so may look to scale into Sprint. Decent size if we can get a bounce, and if not, I'm just going to write it down for whatever I can get from it. I type my orders. I don't use hotkeys. I just type everything out. I'm not really a momentum trader, so I don't really trade much momentum. Like I don't typically get in at high of the day breaks or low of the day breaks. Those, they just fake you out so much that to me they're not worth it. I think a lot of people get really involved in the momentum trading because of the gurus out there. You know what I mean? But I think that it's just a lower percentage trading style. You know, I think you're going to do much worse trading those type of momentum plays. But again, I mean, I'm biased. You know, I think range bound plays are more reliable. You know, VWAP plays, range bound plays, I think those make more sense. Again, I think, you know, a lot of traders try to buy at high of the day and short at low of the day. But here's a good example of why you got to be careful. CARA stayed in this range, broke these lows here, and it went down, and then immediately popped right back up. And so this is why I don't trade momentum, is because this happens so much that it's just not worth it. It's a lower percentage play for me. Yeah, kind of a break-even week. I think I lost, I made $50 on Monday, lost $80 yesterday. Or no, lost $80 on Tuesday, made $30 on Wednesday, which was yesterday, and today I am down $30. So I think I might be down a few bucks, but it's been a really solid few months. I just gotta keep hammering at it. All right, so what are these subsequent bounces back up to on Sprint? I'll add to it. Yeah, I mean, and it's something I talked about yesterday, man, and it's something that a lot of new traders get involved with, and I did too. So like, don't get me wrong here, but I like, if you're into penny stocks, I think warrior trading is probably the best bet for penny stock trading. You know, a lot of the other gurus are just selling you, 5, 10-year-old DVDs for $1,000 a piece, and so I think warrior trading is probably the best bet if you're looking to trade penny stocks, specifically momentum-based penny stocks. But again, for me, that's just not my style, and I think it's a lower accuracy play, and I think that everybody has to find their own style. I do think I'm biased. Obviously, I favor my style better. But the way I trade, it just works, and it works. Everybody watches me every day. Like, yeah, this week I'm technically down a little bit, but last week I did super well, made hundreds. The week before that I did well, I think, as well, and so on average I win more than I lose with these strategies. And I think with momentum, you're just gonna get stuck with false breakouts. You're gonna get faked out a ton, just over and over and over again. And I think that it's a moot battle, trying to trade penny stocks. But again, I mean, I'm obviously extremely biased towards my strategies. And so I think what Warrior teaches is legit. And again, I think he's one of the realer ones out there. I think there's a lot of just nonsense. You know what I mean? Just a lot of nonsense in the trading world. And, I think that you just got so many people that are just ridiculous, like posting fake gains, cherry picking their winners. The trading world is so bizarre to me because you got people that fake their gains attacking other people for faking their gains. The whole thing is just bizarre. And at a certain point, it's just kind of like, look, man, just there's no reason not to show your account balance. There's no reason not to show your trades every day, And so at a certain point, it's just day after day of just nonsense and drama in the trading world. And I think that realistically, I think most stuff is available for free online. I think most strategies and patterns are available for free online. And so I think it's just, the whole trading world is just nonsense to me. It really is. It's just nonsense. And I think people can understand it and see that. Which is bizarre where, it's just bizarre where people hate on me, but we try to be the realest ones out here, man. Like, we're the ones that are showing people everything, regardless of whether we win or lose. You know what I mean? Like, we lose, and that happens, but there goes Sprint. Gonna take a little bit off here. I think that would be the wise thing to do, and then add back if it bounces back. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, you never hear me mention any names unless I'm speaking positive about the person, because it's like, I'm not trying to get involved in drama. I'm not trying to put drama out there just for views. I know, yeah, maybe I could grow my channel faster if I called out all the nonsense in the trading world, but I'm just doing what I do. I'm just trading the patterns that I like. Let people watch me do it, win or lose. Oh yeah, guys, like I said, if you want to buy one of these mugs, I know we had a lot of people asking where they can get these mugs. If you want to buy one of these mugs, I got beginner trading VWAP fade mugs here. This one's a little dirty because I was using it, but here's a clean one. We got beginner trading mugs. They got VWAP fades on them. They got green inside. They're pretty dope mugs. So if you want to buy these, we did open up a merch shop. Forgive me, I actually built the merch shop this morning on my website. So I actually designed it and built it this morning. And so it's a little bit messy of a page at this point. I'll have to fix it up after the stream today. But there's the link if you want beginner trading merch. And if you want to buy one of these mugs, they're $20 a piece. Great way to help support the channel. If you want to help support us, but you don't know how, buying some merch from us is a great way to help support us, guys. And so, yeah, help support us, guys. All right, so we were at the bottom of the range again for Sprint. Same thing, exactly what I wanted to see with this one. LCI is still dropping. I bet you that option should be priced right at this point. Take 75 off of Sprint, and I'm just looking to add more back to it. I'm looking for it to bounce back, which I think it probably will, so I can add some sizing right back and then attack that again. Is all I'm looking for. Yeah, nice, Austin. How do I... Trading is practice. Trading it allows you to practice with no PDT rule, right? Yeah, it takes time, Austin. I think that's the right move to make, man. I think that's the right move. How do I feel about Clay Trader? I've watched his videos and seen his content. I mean, I don't think it's bad content. I've never seen his courses or anything like that. And I just think that we have a different trading style to a certain extent. But I think the way we scale into trades is similar. But one thing I respect about Clay Trader is that he's just trying to teach newbies how to trade. And that he is not claiming to be profitable, and he is not claiming to have all of these riches from trading and driving Lambos and all this nonsense. Like, he's just being real about it, which I respect about Clay Trader. Whether about his course, I don't really know much about it. I've never taken it, you know. So I can't say whether it's good or bad, you know what I mean? But seems like a good dude. I don't know. Oh yeah, I can respect S&B Capital. I really like their back testing, the way they back test and do all that stuff. Like, I think I agree with them in a lot of ways. I agree with how they approach the market, I should say. All right, we're at 755. So if you have level 2 set to market, will it try to fill your order not matter what? Because it kind of got screws using last. I don't know. It just depends on what you're... What do you mean? I use market order on TEFs just because... And I don't recommend using market orders on conventional platforms and brokers. I don't recommend using market orders on like a regular platform, but with CFD trading on TradeNet like I'm doing, I think market orders are okay. Only for CFDs though, like this is, and prop firms maybe. But with regular conventional brokers, you want to do limit all day. All right, we're getting a bounce on Sprint. I think Sprint might pop up to this 62 level right here and then get rejected to come back down to the bottom of the range. And so I'll scale back into it. I guess I'll add another 75 shares here since I get a little bit better average. And again, just try to scale back into it up to 60. SQ breaking highs. Yeah, this is the squeeze I got caught in with AMD. So you see why I got out here. This is exactly where I got out. And I got out here for a reason because this big squeeze breaking highs of the day happened. So glad I got out of that one. But yeah, you also want to go check out Trade Ideas. Best scanners in the game by far. They allow you to do a lot of different stuff with them, so go check them out. Again, you want to help support our channel, you can also check out TradeNet. I think there's a lot of benefits to using them. Again, most of the main ones are that you can actually day trade with no PDT rule, and you actually get pretty cheap commissions if you use small sizing with that. And so the commissions are pretty cheap if you use small size. You can day trade with less than 25K on there with their funded account. The intro package is like $400. You get 14,000 in buying power with it. There's no PDT rule. You can actually short stocks, which is super rare. Most of the time for a regular broker, you're going to need $2,000 to get a margin account. There's also a trading course that comes with it, access to their chat room, a demo account, and so that entire bundle is less than $400. And so it just makes sense. It's a good way for new traders to get started for cheap. Like, that's what it's really about. They can, I think most, like, in all transparency, I think most new traders are going to lose their TradeNet account as well. I think most new traders are just going to lose, regardless. But I think it's a much cheaper way. Instead of losing $2,000, like most of the time, that's what happens to new traders. Instead of losing that $2,000, in this case, you're going to lose $400. If you do lose, and you do have the potential to make money, if you're a decent enough trader, you do have the potential to make money. I think it's crazy to me. It's like, this is the issue. Every other YouTube promotes all these different companies. They have all these different sponsors, right? But it's like somebody like yesterday got mad at me because I promote TradeNet. They were like, "You promote TradeNet in your videos." Oh my gosh, I do? Wow. And so it's just kind of like, why are you mad at me for that? Like, Mitch and I give everybody everything for free. We don't charge for anything. We uploaded our hours and hours of day trading content to YouTube for free. We day trade. We let people watch us trade for free. We have everything on our website is free except our new merchandise, which is, optional. If you want to help support the channel, you can do it. But yeah, it's just bizarre to me how much, that we get so much hate, because it's just kind of, to understand the trading world, you got to understand that, like, most traders are going to lose money, and it's a very emotional thing to lose money. So it's like, most traders are going to lose money, and a lot of times, if they're immature and they can't handle it, they're going to blame their educator, or they're going to blame their platform, or they're going to blame their broker, or they're going to blame their entry, or they're going to blame their fills. Trading can just make you super emotional. And, it's really hard to be introspective and be like, you know what? I lost because it was my fault. I made the wrong decision. You know what I mean? And I think it takes maturity in trading to do that. And that takes time, for sure. How many shares are you usually using? It just depends on the range of the stock and the float. But yeah, it all depends. Like, sometimes my process right now is just trying to scale up my size. I'm just trying to scale up my sizing, and so I can take some larger swings. Because you see me, I'm still trading small here. I'm still trading 150, 300 shares. I need 500, 1,000 shares is what I'm going to need to reasonably make. And some days you'll see me just go for it. Like last Friday, I made like $400. But then some days you'll see me kind of slowly take a back seat. And just go really slow and not, it just takes time. You know what I mean? And it's a process to scale up. That's emotional as well. That process is emotional. Just scaling up and using larger sizing than you're actually used to. You know what I mean? Like, that process takes tons of time too. And that's what you see me in. Like, some days you'll see me go for it and I'll take 1,000, 1,200 shares. And then other days when I don't have the right mental game, you see me buy 100 shares. And so it's all over the place right now, and I need to stick with a consistent size is the biggest issue with my trading at the moment. I'm kind of looking at LCI here, because I can risk off of 48.50, which is about 12, 13 cents, and then a reward level of 25, 30 cents. Still waiting on Sprint here. Another one I'm going to take here is YUMC. I'm just going to hold these. This is one of those days where I prefer to kind of... this is one of those days where I prefer to kind of get into some trades, set some stop losses, and take some longer term trades, I think. That might be what you see me do. So yeah, I'm going to get in with 100 of YUMC here while the spread is good. And then I might actually get an LCI, and I'm just going to set some stop losses real quick. With YUMC, I'm going to set a stop loss at 56 right here. That's fine. So I got that stop loss set for LCI. I'm going to jump in here, and the plan is to actually scale into this one a little bit more. Sprint's looking solid. All right, I'm in 100 of LCI as well. And then just to be safe, I'm going to set a stop loss for this one at 48. And then I'm probably just going to hang it up for right now and just let these stop losses work. Maybe add to some of these, maybe exit some of these early. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the people. I'm down 316 with my 14K intro account. I need to slow down. I'm close to the 700. Yeah, it's a process, Mark. Listen, man, like most people are going to lose. You know what I mean? And that's just me being real about it. Most people are going to lose, brother. It takes time, but the benefits of using TradeNet are that you can actually trade with a live account and get that experience in, because that experience is actually what's going to drive you to be successful as a trader. All right, so LCI, like I said, I might add a little bit to this one. Now that it's at my level here, I got to take my risk off here with LCI. But this is where I wanted to add a little bit more. Now my average is 32 or so. And so we'll see what happens with this one as well. Yeah, that's kind of how I am too. Just Todd. You're Todd, huh? You're Todd. Yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I am too. It's like, yeah, I know what I need to do, but I don't do it. All right, so we'll see what we get with LCI. I actually really like it here. It's just, it needs to follow through a little bit better. YUMC's looking good. And Sprint, I think it's going to be... Somebody stole Mr. Charts. I'm short in LCI. It's a VWAP fade is what it is, Steve. My bad, bro. Yeah, so it's a VWAP fade. Risk off of 48. Reward target of 615 is what that one is. I kind of want to add to YUMC here, but the volume's a little bit low for that one for me to want to toy with it that much. Both of these are VWAP fades, so YUMC is one, and so is LCI. If you look at these, Like if you look at LCI and YUMC, you can see how similar they are. They're both at the VWAP, preferably fading underneath it. So that's what I'm attacking here with it. There we go. There's my GameStop hit. I was waiting for GameStop to get hit there. There it is. Holding puts in that one. Kind of want to add a little bit more to LCI. The only reason I'm not is because the spread isn't quite favorable enough to add to it, I don't think. It's close though. It's 33. I could add a little bit. What am I? I'm holding 200. I'll think about it. Depends on what it does. The what I actually like the least is YUMC right now. And I think Sprint might actually bounce here as well. It's going to be really tough for Sprint to actually break under these lows right here. So it's actually going to get kind of tough for it. And so I'm kind of expecting a bounce in Sprint. I'm not marrying this thing right now. I kind of think it's probably going to bounce, but we'll see. You know, it could crack these lows. It's just rare. It's more rare. Not necessarily rare, but less common. How many monitors am I rocking? A bunch. I have two 27 inches on both sides of me, and then I have an ultra wide 34 in front of me. So yeah, I'm rocking some monitors, man. I got a picture of it. Check out my Twitter. Here, I'll post it. Check out my Twitter. This it shows my monitors here. Yeah, everybody follow me on Twitter as well. Go follow me, guys. But yeah, if you look at Twitter, you can see my monitors. All right, so that's two of them in the profit. There we go. There goes LCI. I really wanted to add to it. I just didn't, unfortunately. Oh well. Honestly, guys, I think with Sprint, I'm just going to take profits here and then add back if it does bounce. All right, so I'm out of Sprint. I'm just going to add back to it if it does bounce here. Maybe I'll miss a low of the day break, but it is what it is. Yeah, like I said, YUMC is my least favorite one out of these now. I'm only holding 100, but I gotta get out here soon, I think. I'll let it test the $half, but my hand's over the cover button for this one. We'll see. It's at $half now. Watching the level 2 at this point. It's gonna try to break it, but there it goes. I got out. Oh no, I got my stop loss set, unfortunately. Wasted another $1, but it is what it is. $10 loss, very small. And LCI's looking better. Kind of wish I would have added to it, but it is what it is. Yeah, but even before, you can see this, even before YUMC broke out like this, I even called it out. I was like, this is the one I like the least. And the reason for that is because just the way it's been setting up here, it also has some support right here at 40. And so it's just my least favorite out of those two. But it's still fine, you know. Gonna keep trading. Like I said, basically a break-even day today. Yeah, the spread's 1 cent on LCI. And it's working out solid so far. 200 shares. I wish I would have gotten that extra 100 in, but it is what it is. There we go. Nice little breakdown there. And like I said, guys, this is why I liked LCI a little bit more. I really wanted to kind of add to it, but never got it. We'll see if it comes down to 20. I'll take some off. Maybe I should have taken some off there, but it is what it is. We'll see what else I can find today. We'll see. I know it's a little bit later in the day here, but I think my accuracy has probably been better than I think I've actually had more winning trades than I had losing trades today, especially if you consider how many winning trades I had on AMD. But just that last little bit on AMD squeezed me up too much. All right, there's 24s. We'll see if we can get down to 22s or so for LCI. Yeah, there goes YUMC just going crazy there. We'll see what else we can find. I might trade Power Hour today. We'll see. But yeah, look at YUMC going up to 44.60. I guess I'm going to go ahead and take half off here. And then hold the rest. Maybe add back to it on some bounces. The only reason I'm taking some off is so if it gets up to like 32, I can add back to it. Yeah, kind of a break-even day. I think I might have, I think I was making AMD work, but I think the issue here is that I didn't have a consistent sizing with it. And I think that my first few profit taking on AMD were small size, and then on the last one that didn't work, I used larger sizing. And so I think if I would have used consistent sizing, it would have been a green day. But it is what it is. We'll see if we can get into anything else. I don't know. The only thing I don't like about this one is for RTN is that it's got that resistance at 56 and 50. If it got back to 190, maybe I would take it. But yeah, look at YUMC. There it goes. Glad I got out when I did. This is why I got out when I did. This is the $0.50 break is what this was. So it broke the $0.50. I got out right here. And so right before that volume came in and that breakout happened, I jumped out of that thing, which I'm glad I did. Happy to. Again, I mean, I could look to add back on LCI. I wonder what my put option is doing on that one now. Still up. Still making money on my put option, but there's 24s. Yeah, guys, so I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to kind of hang out. Maybe I'll add into LCI. I'll probably close it down, though, because I'm going to set a stop loss and walk away, if I'm being honest. Yeah, because this one's just moving very, very slow, and I don't really see anything else I really, really like. And so I'm just going to close it down for now and just record it and show you guys my trade log if I do get into anything else. And so, yeah, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, TradeNet actually has, let me go ahead and read this, what Ben sent me. So they are having a special deal on the TradeNet challenge for the next few, I think for the next few weeks. So for a limited time, you can apply for the Challenge Plus. They don't even have a landing page because really they're only letting a few people offer viewers this deal, and I am one of those people. And with the new Challenge Plus, you have the opportunity to win the student account, which is an $80,000 funded account. If you can make $1,000 instead of $500 in the trading challenge. And so basically you just increase your sizing, try to make $1,000 in the trading challenge instead of $500. But they also have to apply directly with Allison on Discord. And so if you join our Discord, you can reach out to Allison. I'm going to add some size back to LCI here. Okay, so I added 100 shares back. I'm still probably going to close it down, though. But yeah, so if you want to apply, you can reach out to Allison on my Discord channel and apply through her. And I'll post this link for our Discord here. If you look on the right where it says, where it shows everybody online, you can see allison.tradenet. You just message her, reach out to her, see if you can apply through that. There's the link in the Discord right there. If you want to just sign up for the regular challenge, again, both of these are completely free to enter and to apply to. And, you know, if you can't, even with these challenges, you're basically getting the opportunity to possibly win a free funded account with TradeNet for free, and it's completely free to enter. And at the very least, you're at least going to get a demo account for a few days. And so I think in that way, it makes a ton of sense. You might as well try it. You got nothing to really lose. If you're interested in actually checking out TradeNet and helping support our channel, I'll post that link here as well. Again, $14,000 in buying power with their base package. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. It comes with a trading course, access to a trading chat room, a demo account for a few weeks, and I think it just makes sense. You can actually short stocks that are hard to borrow on conventional brokers like Tesla, IPOs. It just makes sense, and it's a much smaller initial investment than most conventional brokers. You know, with most conventional brokers, if you want to short stocks, you're at least going to have to deposit $2,000 for most brokers. And so I think it makes sense. And I think, you know, I think you might as well try to check this out. And there's the link if you want to sign up. If you want a complete walkthrough of TradeNet, if you're still iffy about it and you want to see a walkthrough, I will go ahead and post this walkthrough video I have of them as well. Let me find it. Again, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. There's the Twitter link. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the walkthrough. Okay, so yeah, if you want to see a walkthrough of them, yeah, I'm out of Sprint, and the reason I got out of Sprint is because I thought it would bounce right there, and so I could add back to Sprint actually. Yeah, so I appreciate you telling me that. I might actually add back to Sprint. I will actually add back to Sprint. I'll get in with 200 here and maybe look to add a little bit more into that one. So that'll be fun as well. We'll see how that works out. And so, yeah, so if you want a full walkthrough of TradeNet where I break down the pros and cons, there are some cons to using them. Specifically, penny stocks aren't tradable for most. I mean, you can trade some penny stocks, but a large majority of them are not going to be tradable. And so there's that link if you want to check that out. No, I guess Nightbot just posted it. And yeah, that's it for the day, guys. Like I said, go check out our website. It's beginnertrading.net. Go check out our merch store if you want to help support us. We do have some really cool cups here if you want to buy one. You know, there's some really dope trading mugs, green inside. They got the VWAP fade strategy on the front. And I think they're pretty cool. You can go check them out. You know, like I said, go check out our merch store. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Click the like button if you want to help support us. And good luck in the markets, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.